Welcome to another video of Dikshita Kamri's channel, and in this video we are going to see Angular. So you might be knowing about that now currently React is very popular and so many people are using React. Then why one should go for Angular as well? So let me tell you that so many companies are still using Angular. They are using Angular as their primary framework for building applications. So why they are using Angular and why you should learn Angular. So I'm going to tell you everything about Angular and why you should learn in this video. So watch the complete video, and I'm sure you will get to know about the you will get to know the introduction of the Angular. So first of all, let me tell you the flow of the today's video. So first we'll see what is Angular, then we'll see its features, its pros, its cons. Then I will help you to get started with Angular. So without wasting much time, so let's start. Okay. Okay, now let's see what is Angular. So Angular is a popular front-end JavaScript framework, or you can say that it is a structural framework for designing web applications. So in simpler words, we can also say that it is a JavaScript framework to develop dynamic web applications. Okay, so now let's see its features. So Angular has so many features, and I have listed the most four useful features I have here, which is first one is the component based. So what is component based? So it makes your code reusable. Like in every web application, there is a navigation bar, and if there are so many pages for in your application, then you will need to create the navigation bar. Let's say if five pages are there, then you will need to code for the navigation bar five times. So if the framework is component based, then you will need to code that navigation bar for only one time, and you can import that component in the individual pages. Okay, so that is component based, so it will reduce your effort and it makes the code reusable. Okay, so next is mobile support. Nowadays people are mostly use mobile phones to visit any website, like instead of the laptops or computers. So uh, every time we design any web application, we should always consider the mobile support initially, and then after the computers and laptop screens or notepads, whatever, etc. So Angular supports the mobile screen. Okay, so that is the second feature. Then third one is the server side rendering and powerful templates. We'll see these two parts once we get started with Angular, like the basic installing steps and how to get started with Angular. Okay, so then next is pros. So why one should choose Angular? Okay, so basically first one is more consistency. Angular provides more consistency for standard components. Then next one is it is a built up by Google engineers. So as you all are knowing that Google is the top IT is one of the top IT companies, and since it is built up by Google engineers, so you can be sure of its reliability and efficiency code backed up by massive community of experts. This is one of the biggest pros of the Angular, that it is built up by Google engineers. And third one is the separates HTML from JavaScript. So since as it is uses TypeScript, so it separates HTML and JavaScript. So it increases the clarity. Okay. Then next is two-way data binding. So what is two-way data binding? So Angular ensures that data is always synced at all levels with two-way data binding. and in React there is only one way data binding, so that's why Angular is chosen over React in some of the companies. Then last one is the useful for complex and larger projects. Okay, so Angular will fit better as it lets you have explicit types and detects error in compile time. So that's why Angular is better for the complex and larger projects. Now we have seen the pros of the Angular. Let's see some cons, the like why React is more popular as compared to Angular. So first is limited SEO option. The SEO is search engine optimization, which is its the major drawback. It is poor accessible for search engine crawlers, so that is the biggest drawback. Then it is little difficult to learn as compared to other frameworks learn, but once you get started with Angular and once you start practicing, you very used to with it and you will get familiar with it and you can easily develop applications. So then next is uses real DOM. So if we compared Angular with React, as React uses virtual DOM and updating real DOM is much faster as compared to updating virtual DOM is much faster as compared to real DOM. So it takes like Angular application takes uh, some some more time as compared to the React application to load as it uses real DOM. So it is one of the cons of the Angular. So now that we have seen what is Angular, what are its cons, pros, and its features. So let's get started with Angular application. So let me tell you that Angular CLI is a convenient way to create an Angular application. Because Angular CLI comes with built-in server that is used to serve up Angular applications. Okay. So let's create Angular application using that CLI. So to do that, first of all, we need to install Angular CLI in our system. So use this command npm install -g. -g means we are installing Angular CLI globally. So -g @angular slash CLI, sorry, CLI, and hit enter. So this command and other further commands which we are going to use in the tutorial, I have listed all these commands in one blog, so you can refer that blog. I will put the link in the description section. Um, so it will take some time to install Angular CLI in your system. So just we'll wait for some seconds and then we'll see the next command. Okay, so the Angular CLI has successfully installed on our system. So now we will move into any convenient place on our system, like and then we will be creating one folder there. So I will be creating folder in on desktop. So just change directory desktop, cd desktop, then create one folder. Let's say Angular app and hit enter. So then move into that folder, Angular app. And now what we are going to do is we are going to create one app using Angular. So for that we use one command which is ng new and the name of your app. So in the further tutorial, I will be explaining how to create one restaurant web application using Angular. So, and that's why I'm giving this name as SpiceX, ng SpiceX, and hit enter. So it will create the basic initial folders, required folders for creating any Angular applications. So now it's asking, would you like to add Angular routing? So I'm just putting yes. And now it is asking for which style sheet format would you like to use. So I'm going to use CSS. So I will not change the arrow. So I will keep it CSS and hit enter. Okay, so now it's installing all the packages and other dependencies. So our package is installed successfully. So we'll see the folder structure. So first of all, uh, let us just move into that folder which is spices. Okay. So now we will compile the project. So to do that, we are going to use this command ng serve dash dash open and hit enter. So once you run this command, it will ask you, would you like to share anonymous usage data about this project with the Angular team? Add Google under Google's privacy policy for more details. So it is asking about the analytics. Since this framework is developed by the Google engineers, so you can use the analytics feature here. So if you want, if you don't want to share data, then you can type yes. Otherwise, you just type yes. And thank you for sharing anonymous usage data. And if you type here yes, and after some time if you don't want to share the data, then you can use this command ng analytics project off. So it will stop sharing your data with the Angular team. So let's just wait for a few more seconds. Okay, so compiled successfully. So when you see this like compiled successfully in your command prompt, just go to browser and type localhost 4200, localhost colon 4200, and you will see a web page like this. So whatever our folder has, like any files, let's just see the folder. So this is our folder spices. So inside this folder there are node modules, source, like in this folder structure, whatever is coded, whatever coded it will be look like this, like this is the UI. So we have to modify in here, so we have to modify the code and in order to create our web application. So this was about the initial setup. So this was all about the introduction of Angular. So we installed the basic structure of the folder like Angular CLI from which we are going to develop our application. So to summarize what we saw in this tutorial, first we saw what is Angular. We introduced Angular. Saw the introduction of the Angular. Then we saw the pros and cons, features, etc. Then we saw all these commands to get started with the Angular application and installing Angular CLI. So this was all about this video. If you like the video, then don't forget to subscribe my channel and also hit that big like button. So I will create more videos for you all guys. And thank you for watching.